Welcome back to our channel History Coins HD. As you that old is gold, but these rare $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1, where we uncover the hidden stories and surprising values behind the coins you might just have sitting in your drawer right now. Today, we're diving into a piece of American history that's not just fascinating, it could also be hiding a jaw-dropping price tag. So sit tight, because by the end of this video, you'll find out how one special $quarter could be worth a small fortune. Let's talk about the Washington $quarter minted to commemorate the bicentennial of the United States, the years 1776 to 1976. Now, you've probably seen this coin before. In fact, millions were made. But don't let that fool you. Among these millions, there are a few ultra-rare versions that are turning heads in the coin collecting world. First, picture this: the year is 1976, and America is celebrating 200 years of independence. Patriotism is in the air, fireworks light up the skies, and the US Mint decides to do something special. They release a unique design for the quarter to mark this historic milestone. Instead of the usual eagle on the back, these quarters proudly display a colonial drummer boy standing beside a victory torch surrounded by 13 stars, one for each original colony. It's a bold and symbolic departure from the traditional design, making this coin an instant classic. The front of the coin still features George Washington, but with one important difference. The date beneath his image reads not just 1976, but 1776 to 1976. This dual date tells us the coin was issued for the bicentennial celebration, making it stand out from all other Washington quarters. But here's where things get really interesting. While most of these bicentennial quarters are worth just their face value, a small number were struck in a special way or contain rare errors that send their value skyrocketing. We're talking about coins with specific characteristics. Some were made from 40% silver instead of the usual copper-nickel blend, others have double dies, off-center strikes, or even no mint marks at all. Each of these little differences can make a big difference when it comes to value. Collectors go crazy for these rare variations. Why? Because they're like time capsules, tiny pieces of American history preserved in metal. Plus, when you factor in minting errors or special finishes, you're holding something that's one of a kind or incredibly limited in quantity. That's what makes them so desirable. And now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I've got one of these valuable quarters? Well, first, check the back for the drummer boy design and the dual date on the front. Then, look closely, really closely, for any unusual features. Is the design slightly misaligned? Does the coin feel heavier or look shinier than usual? Is there a small S mint mark indicating it was struck in San Francisco as part of a special proof or silver set? These are all clues that your quarter might be more than meets the eye, and here's the best part. Some of these rare 1776 to 1976 quarters have been sold at auctions and private sales for mind-blowing amounts. Not 5, not 10, but one rare example of this coin in pristine condition with the right error sold for an astonishing $95,000. Yes, you heard that right. $95,000 for a single quarter. That's why it pays to check your change, dig through old coin jars, and take a closer look at those forgotten pieces in your collection. You never know when you might be holding onto a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most fascinating coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a story that could lead to your next big find. Top 2, we're going to explore one such modern marvel, a rare Washington quarter from the year 2021, struck at the Denver Mint. So stick around, because this isn't just any coin. This one has a story to tell, and possibly a small fortune attached to it. Welcome back, coin lovers and curious minds. Whether you're a lifelong collector or someone who just stumbled across an interesting coin in your pocket, you're in the right place. Today's coin is a relatively new release, but don't let that fool you. Just because a coin is from 2021 doesn't mean it can't be incredibly rare and shockingly valuable. We're talking about the 2021 Washington quarter, minted in Denver, the one with the little D mint mark on the front. Now, at first glance, this coin might seem like any other. It features George Washington's bust on the obverse, as we've seen on quarters for decades. But flip it over, and you'll find something very special. This quarter is part of the Crossing the Delaware series, which was introduced after the America the Beautiful series ended. The reverse of the coin depicts a bold, heroic image of General George Washington standing tall in a boat, leading the crossing of the icy Delaware River during the Revolutionary War. It's a powerful moment frozen in time, a symbol of courage, leadership, and resolve. The design captures American spirit like never before, and it's one of the reasons collectors immediately took notice when this coin was released. But here's where things get really exciting. Although millions of these 2021 D quarters were minted, a very small number came out with incredibly rare errors that turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary one. We're talking about double dies, clipped planchets, misaligned strikes, and even coins that were struck on the wrong planchet entirely. These are not visible to the average eye without a close inspection, but once spotted, their value goes through the roof. And then there's condition. Coins graded in mint state, especially MS67 and above, are extremely desirable. Combine that with a rare minting error, and you've got yourself a true collector's dream. Now imagine this: you're going through your change jar one day, and you spot a shiny 2021 D quarter with something off. Maybe the design is slightly misaligned. Maybe the lettering looks doubled. Maybe it feels different when you run your fingers over it. That could be your golden ticket. Because some of these rare error quarters have already made waves in the coin collecting world. In fact, one specific 2021 D Washington quarter with a unique combination of minting errors and top-grade condition shocked collectors when it sold at auction, and the final price, that single 2021 D Washington quarter sold for an incredible $62,000. That's right. $62,000 for a coin that was made just a few years ago. This is why collectors are paying close attention to modern coins. It's no longer just about old, historical coins from 100 years ago. Now, even a coin as recent as 2021 could be hiding tremendous value if you know what to look for. So, the next time you get a quarter in your change, don't just toss it into your piggy bank. Take a closer look. Check the mint mark. Inspect both sides. Look for any unusual details. Because that tiny piece of metal might just be your entry into the world of high-value coin collecting. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more coin stories and market updates, and ring that notification bell so you never miss the next hidden gem we uncover. Who knows, the next valuable coin we talk about might already be in your pocket. Top 3. We're diving into one such discovery that might be hiding in plain sight: a 2022 Washington quarter with the Philadelphia mint mark. It might seem like just another coin, but don't be fooled. Because some of these unassuming quarters are quietly making collectors thousands of dollars richer, and one particular example stunned the coin world with its incredible sale price. Welcome back, friends and fellow collectors. If you're new here, this is the channel where everyday change meets extraordinary value. We uncover the secrets behind coins you might have stashed in your pocket, your purse, or that old coffee can in the back of the closet. And today's spotlight is on a coin that's not just rare, it's modern, mysterious, and potentially worth a fortune. Let's talk about the 2022 Washington quarter, minted in Philadelphia. It features a fresh and bold redesign of a classic American icon. This isn't the Washington quarter you grew up with. In 2022, the U.S. Mint introduced the American Women Quarters program, celebrating influential women in U.S. history. And on the obverse, yes, the head side, we see George Washington like we've never seen him before. This version of Washington isn't facing right, as he is since 1932. Instead, he's turned to the left. The new portrait, originally sculpted in 1931 by renowned artist Laura Garden Fraser, finally made its way onto the quarter after decades of delay. It's elegant, striking, and a true nod to American artistry. And now, flip it over, and the reverse design varies depending on the woman being honored. In this case, we're focusing on the quarters released early in the series, like the ones featuring Maya Angelou, Sally Ride, and Wilma Mankiller. These designs are powerful. They represent strength, courage, and inspiration. And they've made the 2022 quarters especially collectible, not just for what they look like, but for what they stand for. But here's where things get really fascinating. While millions of these quarters were minted, not all are created equal. A small number of 2022 P quarters have emerged with rare minting errors or striking anomalies that set them apart. We're talking about coins with dramatic die cracks, doubled images, off-center strikes, retained cut breaks, or even coins struck on the wrong planchet. Errors that occurred during the production process, creating coins that are one of a kind. Even the tiniest deviation from normal can turn an everyday coin into a collector's prize. And when those errors happen on brand new, low mintage designs or on high grade coins that are virtually flawless, that's when the value starts climbing, and fast. Collectors are now rushing to examine their 2022 P quarters under magnifying glasses and microscopes. They're hunting for anything that suggests their coin isn't just ordinary. If you find a 2022 quarter that looks unusual, that has some sort of error, or that's in absolutely pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth far more than just 25 cents. And now, for the part you've been waiting for. In one recent case, a single 2022 P Washington quarter featuring a rare combination of die break and off metal strike, in near perfect condition, was appraised, authenticated, and auctioned. And the final price? Hold on to your seats. That coin sold for an astonishing $58,000. That's right, $58,000 for a coin minted just a few years ago. Imagine finding one of those in your change. It's proof that sometimes, modern coins can carry legendary value. So don't overlook your quarters. Pull out that pocket change, check your collections, and keep your eyes open for the 2022 P quarter with something unusual. Because the next big discovery might be just a coin toss away. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden value of modern coins, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another opportunity to learn, explore, and maybe even strike it rich. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting, and may your next coin be the rarest one yet.